The season 31 premiere is officially in the books. It had a great debut with Disney Plus during their first episode live. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka the Dance with Stars Superfan, back with another video. And today we will be recapping everything that went down during the first week of season 31. Not only it was their first dance of the season, the contestants got to choose their favorite party dance song because it was called Premiere Party Night. And I really like the fact that they did a little twist during the first week. We had to say goodbye to one couple who were the first to go during the premiere. I know lots of seasons usually do their first elimination the second week in order for the contestants to get used to the dance floor, but sometimes they even do it the first week. Just like I did last season, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on each dance, some of the judges' comments and critiques, the judges' scores, and everything. Also, if you guys like this video, or if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button and ring that bell to get notified for more Dance with the Stars content from my channel. So without further ado, let's get started. The first couple to kick off the season were Jordan and Brandon dancing the cha-cha-cha to I Wanna Dance With Somebody by Whitney Houston. I felt like she came out of the gate and started off this season with a bang. She wasn't nervous and she hit every step really well. All four of the judges really loved the dance, especially the both of them kicking off the season, but Derek wanted her to work on her footwork placement. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 7, Len a 6, Derek a 6, Bruno a 7, giving them a score 26 out of 40. Next up is Sam and Cheryl dancing the foxtrot to Hold Me Closer by Elton John and Britney Spears. All four of the judges praised him and Cheryl for their effort, and they know that the foxtrot can be difficult at times. But there are some things that he needs to work on if he comes back next week, and I did notice some mistakes during the routine. So the judges' scores are, there were all 5s from the judges, giving them a score 20 out of 40. Next up is Heidi and Artem dancing the cha-cha-cha to Lady Marmalade by Christina Aguilera, Lil' Kim, Maya, and Pink. Of course, she did have some missteps during the cha-cha-cha, and she was a tiny bit ahead of the music during the routine. But the judges do see some potential inside her. So the judges' scores are, there were all 6s from the judges, giving them a score 24 out of 40. Next up is Daniel and Brit dancing the tango to Barbra Streisand by Duck Sauce. The first thing I said to myself during the end of the dance, hey, not bad. He was clean, sharp on the moves, the lines were good, and Carrie-Anne noticed a little slip during the routine. But the bright side is, all 4 of the judges were impressed with their dance. It's great to see Brit having a partner this season that has some potential. Even though Daniel can't hear the music, he can feel the music. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 7, Len a 6, Derek a 7, Bruno a 7, giving them a score 27 out of 40. Next up is Jesse and Alan dancing the cha-cha-cha to Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skynyrd. Len told her that she needs to work on her legs, and Derek wanted her to be more compact with the moves. But I did love the country moves during the cha-cha-cha, and she did have some slip-ups during the routine. Her family are huge Dancing with the Stars fans, which is awesome, especially her daughter. Even though she got kicked out of dance class when she was little, but in a nicer way, she finally got to do what she wanted to do, in which it is dancing. So the judges' scores are, there were all 5s from the judges, giving them a score 20 out of 40. Next up is Teresa and Pasha dancing the tango to We Found Love by Rihanna and Calvin Harris. I felt like the dance was kind of stiff, she wasn't open with her moves, and she was a little bit out of place at times. Derek wanted her to focus a bit more and keep her head up. The only thing that I love about this dance was the table flipping at the beginning. So the judges' scores are, there were all 5s from the judges, giving them a score 20 out of 40. Next up is Wayne and Whitney dancing the cha-cha-cha to She's a Bad Mama Jamma by Carl Carlton. As I was watching him dance, I was smiling the entire time, and I knew that he is going to do good on the show. I gotta tell you guys, he was killing it out there. I admire his musicality, his energy, and his rhythm. All 4 of the judges do have faith in him, and I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And again, it's still early in the season, and we have a long way to go. This was his late grandmother's favorite show, so he is dedicating this to her. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 7, Len a 7, Derek a 7, Bruno an 8, giving them a score 29 out of 40, which means Wayne and Whitney got the first 8s of the season. So well done. Next up is Cheryl and Louie dancing the cha-cha-cha to Got to Give It Up by Marvin Gaye. She was able to move a little bit better than I expected, but Carrie-Ann felt like that dance was very simple. There were some positives and there were some negative comments during the routine, but the good thing is they weren't very harsh towards them. Louie has been one of Cheryl's favorite pros when she was watching the show back then, so it's great that she is partnered with him. So just scores are Carrie-Ann a 6, Len a 5, Derek a 5, Bruno a 5, giving them a score 21 out of 40. Next up is Vinny and Coco dancing the salsa to Titi Me Pregunto by Bad Bunny. He was kind of rough, flat-footed, his rhythm was kind of out of place, his timing was a little bit off, but Derek praised him for their effort. Also, I did appreciate him coming out there and doing his best. During their dance, Coco was doing most of it. On the other hand, it was a good club song, and it fits really well with them because Vinny lives on the Jersey Shore and Coco lives in Miami, Florida. So just scores are Carrie-Ann a 4, Len a 4, Derek a 5, Bruno a 4, giving them a score 17 out of 40. Next up is Shangela and Gleb dancing the salsa to When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls. Shangela had a lot of spice, a lot of fire, and a lot of energy in that salsa, but Derek wanted her to work on her footwork a bit more. But the audience reaction was over the moon, so you can tell that the audience really enjoyed that dance. So just scores are, there were all 7s from the judges, giving them a score 28 out of 40. Next up is Trevor and Emma dancing the quickstep to Dancing With Myself by Billy Idol. The quickstep is kind of difficult for a first dance. He was on this show just to overcome his biggest fear, which is dancing. Although there were some positive responses from the judges, he just needed to relax a bit. So just scores are Carrie-Ann a 5, Len a 5, Derek a 5, Bruno a 6, giving them a score 21 out of 40. Next up is Gabby and Val dancing the jive to As It Was by Harry Styles. She even told us that she was nervous to do the show because she has no ballroom dance experience, but when she came on that stage, she was so confident and she was light on her feet. Like I always say, the female Bachelor Nation stars do a lot better than the male Bachelor Nation stars. So the judge scores are, there were all 7s from the judges, giving them a score 28 out of 40. Next up is Joseph and Daniela dancing the jive to Pump It by the Black Eyed Peas. It was an A for effort jive for the both of them. Even though Derek, Bruno, and Carrie-Ann praised him for their effort, Len mentioned to him that he needs to work on his footwork. Also, Joseph wants to show everyone that bodybuilders like him can dance. So the judge scores are Carrie-Ann a 6, Len a 5, Derek a 6, Bruno a 6, giving them a score 23 out of 40. Next up is Jason and Peta dancing the cha-cha-cha to Get Lucky by Daft Punk, Pharrell Williams, and Nile Rodgers. Derek said he had some issues with his timing, Carrie-Ann said he needs to breathe, and Len said it was a disappointing performance. Even though he's not a dancer, I really did appreciate him trying his best though. So just scores are Carrie-Ann a 5, Len a 4, Derek a 4, Bruno a 5, giving them a score 18 out of 40. Next up is Selma and Sasha dancing the Viennese Waltz to The Time of My Life by David Cook. Fun fact, Sasha and Selma are actually neighbors, which is pretty cool. This dance really got the crowd to their feet. This dance not only made Carrie-Ann cry, but some of the pros and the contestants had tears of joy as well. All 4 of the judges really loved her courage and her inspiration to let everyone know that even though she has multiple sclerosis, she proved to everyone that she can dance. So the judge scores are, there were all 7s from the judges, giving them a score 28 out of 40. And last up is Charlie and Mark dancing the cha-cha-cha to the Major Lazer remix version of Savage by Megan Thee Stallion. As she was on the dance floor, she was working it. I guess her dancing background really worked. But Len and Derek wanted her to be more crisp, clean, and sharp with her moves. Other than that, it was an awesome dance to end the premiere. So her judge scores are, there were all 8s from the judges, giving them a score 32 out of 40. Now that we got to the dances, let's take a look at the leaderboard. At the top of the leaderboard are Charlie and Mark with 32 points, Wayne and Whitney with 29 points, a 3-way tie with 28 points, Gabby and Val, Selma and Sasha, and Shangela and Gleb. Daniel and Brit with 27 points, Jordan and Brandon with 26 points, Heidi and Arden with 24 points, Joseph and Daniela with 23 points, a two-way tie with 21 points, Cheryl and Louie, and Trevor and Emma. A three-way tie with 20 points, Jesse and Alan, Sam and Cheryl, and Teresa and Pasha. Jason and Peta with 18 points, and Vinny and Coco at the bottom with 17 points. There were a lot of good dances compared to last season, but I would have to say the best dances of the night were Charlie D'Amelio, Wayne Brady, Gabby Windy, Shangela, and Daniel Durant. And the surprise of the night is, of course, Selma Blair. The 14 couples who are safe and moving on to next week are Shangela and Gleb, Cheryl and Louie, Selma and Sasha, Jordan and Brandon, Daniel and Brit, Jesse and Alan, Trevor and Emma, Wayne and Whitney, Gabby and Val, Joseph and Daniela, Heidi and Artem, Charlie and Mark, Vinny and Coco, and Sam and Cheryl were the last couple to be called safe, while Jason and Peta and Teresa and Pasha are the bottom two. Carrie Ann, Derek, and Bruno vote to save Teresa and Pasha, while Jason and Peta are the first couple eliminated. I know it is really hard to see someone go during the very first week, but it is what it is. The last time she was the first eliminated was during her very first season, which was season 13. Pasha has been in the bottom two for a few times during the last 3 seasons of his career, but the bright side is they got another chance. During the live show, Tyra made a couple of mistakes, like saying the wrong couple at the top of the leaderboard, mispronouncing Peta's name, calling her Peter, and some minor mistakes, but she did apologize for those mistakes. Alfonso was doing most of the interviews when he was in the skybox because he is the co-host, and he did a fantastic job. Since there were no commercial breaks, Tyra stuck with one outfit, and the focus went onto the dances and not Tyra, which is awesome. I also really liked the dance troupe dancing for a few seconds to one of the couples' dance numbers while the couples were heading up to the skybox. So I thought that was really entertaining, and I'm so happy they brought back the troupe. The magic that Conrad Green had when the show first began was back on the show. He was the one that turned Dancing with the Stars into a national phenomenon. They even brought back the standings, in which they usually reveal at the end of the show, and they brought back the first numbers that we all love. So what were your favorite dances during the premiere? Who surprised you the most? And tell me your thoughts and opinions about the first elimination in the comments down below. Be sure to tune into next week for Elvis Night, as our 15 remaining couples will dance to the music from the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. So you don't want to miss that. So anyways, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.